The effect of these reciprocal tariffs is all the talk on Capitol Hill. Democrats say Americans will see higher prices, while millionaires will get tax breaks. Even some Republicans are worried another round of tariffs will hurt consumers, cripple American farmers, and rattle the stock market. Capitol Hill correspondent Eric Rosales joins us with more. Eric?
Good evening, Montse. Yes, since January 20th, President Trump has announced tariffs on steel and aluminum made outside the United States, on all products made in Canada and Mexico, all Chinese goods, and all foreign-made cars, among other things. Some Democrats say enough is enough. Senator Tim Kaine is sponsoring a resolution that would end the emergency declaration that Trump signed back in February to implement tariffs against Canada. The president claimed that Canada wasn't doing enough to stop the flow of fentanyl.
We think that the economic chaos that's being caused and markets being roiled and consumer confidence dropping and some predicting recession, together with a bipartisan vote, might convince the White House, hey, look, there's a better way to treat American citizens and customers.
Senator Ron Wyden, lead Democrat on the Finance Committee, tells me tariffs should be used, but in moderation.
But his across-the-board approach, where you just tariff everything in sight, is anti-consumer, it's anti-small business, and it's pro-inflation, and it's a big mistake.
Publicly, Republicans are standing by President Trump's decision, and House Speaker Mike Johnson says you just have to trust the process.
Look, we'll see what happens. I think it's going to go forward, and it may be rocky in the beginning, but I think that this will make sense for Americans and it will help all Americans.
I think there's going to be some slow pain, but I think there's going to be a lot of gain from it. What else are we going to do? We got a $37 trillion deficit. We're not going to be able to keep this same direction we're going without adding more jobs.
Senate Democratic leader Chuck Schumer says his research shows these new tariffs will cost American families an extra $6,000 a year.
They should realize the beauty of America helped them become or stay billionaires. The money we invested in education, in roads, in schools, and helping kids get food makes a better workforce.
Republicans add we need an equal playing field for trade.
I am of the view that I'd like to have low tariff rates, but we need to have free, fair, and reciprocal trade. And I think at the end of the day, if we're using these tariffs as a tactic to get to that end result, that can be positive.
And by the way, a vote on Senator Kaine's resolution to stop the emergency declaration of tariffs on Canada will likely take place tomorrow. Several Republicans plan to support it, and Democrats only need 4 Republicans to cross the aisle and vote with them. If it does pass the Senate, then it moves on to the House for action. Montse?
Eric, before we let you go, you're also following the latest developments in the U.S. House, and I understand Speaker Mike Johnson canceled all votes for the rest of the week. What happened there?
Well, I tell you what, Speaker Johnson suffered an embarrassing defeat today on the floor after 9 of his own GOP members tanked a procedural vote on a measure that would have allowed party leaders to change House rules. Speaker Johnson and his team basically wanted to block new parents in Congress from voting remotely. He claimed that by allowing lawmakers to do so would be unconstitutional. Speaker Johnson was attempting to kill a push by fellow Republican Congresswoman Anna Paulina Luna, who was inspired by her own difficulty traveling to Washington, D.C. after she was recovering from having a newborn baby. But Luna waged her own successful campaign and ended up defeating Johnson's effort.
And I think that it's important to have family voices in Washington, but it's also equally important to ensure that female representatives are given a platform and that we can still vote. I mean, you can't help childbirth. It's a very natural thing.
A handful of Republicans joined with all the Democrats to take down a rule that's rarely done. It's very unfortunate in this case. 96% of House Republicans voted against proxy voting because they believe it's unconstitutional and they agree that it would open a Pandora's box.
After that vote, Speaker Johnson ended up saying no votes will take place for the rest of the week here on Capitol Hill, at least in the House. He adds that the party will regroup and resume voting next week.